Hey Aries, thank you so much for joining me. This is a general reading for the new moon of May 2020. And what I got for you guys, what come up for me is I live close by this place called Mount Tambourine. So Tambourine came up and I see Mount Tambourine and I see a tambourine and I get this whale energy for you guys. And what I feel is that you need to share your story. You need to get it out there to what you've learned, what you know. Get it out there and make some noise about it, because you've got something to share and that's important in your journey. And it just is. It needs to be heard. Your story needs to be heard, is what I'm getting. So, you know how a whale is all about that noise that they make, that I forget what it's called, but a whale is all about being heard. And this whole tambourine thing, I feel it's like you getting heard, putting your own story out there, and this is for your own good. That you need to share your story and maybe get outside yourself. You know, I feel like it might be healing. I think it might be important to your path and journey to do that, to tell your story and share it. Not in a way like, oh, you know, like a victim, this happened to me, but in a way like this is what I learned, or yeah, this is what I learned. So let's have a look at that. Let's see what this is about. Let's see what this is about, that one. And that one. So King of Wands, I feel like he wanted to come out upside down. I don't normally read reversals, but I feel like King of Wands. Okay. This is you being let down in love. This is you showing up, being your best self, giving everything, being the best you can possibly be. There is not, in my opinion, a stronger woman than a Queen of Pentacles. She holds everything together. She's got it all together, whether she's got it or not. The Queen of Pentacles shows up and is the foundation. And then you've got this King of Wands who's all promises, who's all passion, who's all that. But in this situation, he showed up upside down and he has let you down. So you're like, you know, I've been my best self and no one has shown up for me. You know, no one's met you where you're at. That's how you're feeling right now. But what you don't know is that other people are looking to you, or that other people can benefit from your experience. So, you know, while you might have been feeling it like it was a soul story, there's actually people, I feel, that can benefit from your story, from what you've known. Like you might have felt like, oh, this is, you know, been a waste of time for me, but I don't think so. I think other people are looking to you and can benefit from your story, from what you tell them, from what you've learned in some way. So what? You're moving on, finally. You're moving on. Why so many? Why so many? I don't know. This one. Okay. That's how I feel. You've learned from a recent situation. You've learned about security and stability. You've learned that it doesn't come from outside of you. You've learned not to rely on people, and you're moving to this new place of being a little bit more logical, less emotional, less passionate, and a little bit more logical and decisive and clear about what you want, because I can see in the past that you were kind of relied on things outside of yourself for security, and you looked to that as your guiding light, almost like other people were your guiding light. Other people were your foundation, your stability. You couldn't build anything, without these people, that you relied on these people. But I think you've seen, I think you've come to see that you're actually very powerful in yourself and not as emotional as you thought. Not as emotional, not so bogged down or mired in your emotions as you thought. Actually, it would seem that you're very clear and got a different perspective of things and a little bit more power in yourself. And this is you. This is you. This is you. This is you going, you know what? I don't need this anymore as much as I thought. I thought I needed this, but I don't. You've had a realization where you just like, I don't need this shit anymore. I don't have to rely on it. I can walk away. This is not what I want. You're working out. You have worked out what it is you want. You're looking back on what was I thinking? Why? Why did I think I needed that? Why was I so stuck or so hell-bent on that? You've had a moment of clarity and realization where you just like, I don't need that anymore. You're walking away from that emotional side of yourself. I can see you moving towards a different part of yourself. The whale is, to me, probably one of the most intelligent creatures ever, to be honest. And I feel like you're moving towards intellect, intelligence, logic, a higher self, a higher realm, and not so mired in emotion, because who wants to be there, to be honest? honestly. And I think Aries confuses passion and emotion. Aries loves to be emotional because I think it's passion. That's kind of kept you in a place which has not been good for you. That outside of yourself was you settling for a situation, you settling for a situation that didn't fulfill you. You knew it, and yet you were hell-bent on taking this. Like, why? Because you wanted commitment, you wanted stability, you wanted something firm and sure, and yet you weren't happy in it at all with the Five of Cups. It was leaving you feeling less than what you wanted, but you were hell-bent. You've been hell-bent on this path of locking things down. You know, any kind of commitment, any kind of security, any kind of something that looked structured and real and what you would take it, but in reality, or the outcome of that, of you going that way, was leaving you disappointed and rejected, disappointed. That's all I can say. It hasn't been you. You've been trying to. You've been trying really hard to establish something that felt like it was secure. That felt like it was secure. You were hell bent on establishing something, but you've been left disappointed. Hasn't worked. Ugh. So what's the advice here? I mean, what's the message here? Support, intuition, and options. I don't think you've realised that you have more options, that you don't have to settle for this shit. I don't think you've realised that you have options, that there's more for you to choose from, but you just need to calm down, you know, like go within rather than thrashing it out. I feel like Aries is out there just kind of smacking it out all the time, you know, pushing forward, pushing ahead, pushing for what they want, and not really you know, going within and letting things unfold. That's what I feel like you need to do. And that when you do that, when you just go within for a little minute and let things unfold, that these amazing new opportunities and options will become apparent to you. You didn't know this before, that you'll come into some, you know, some wisdom, some kind of, it's like the whale who does that, what do they call that? Like that, you know, when they put the sound out and it comes back to them. That's what you can potentially do if you take my advice, or the advice here is just take a moment and put out for what you want, and then watch all these amazing opportunities and beautiful options that you could never even have imagined. Watch them just become apparent to you, and realize that you know, have got this amazing path ahead of you that's beautiful and expansive and fulfilling. So Aries, I'm going to leave that there. I hope that helped you. Please leave a comment, subscribe if you want to stay in touch and find out what other messages I've got for you, and I'll see you. I think I'll probably do some love messages, maybe if I get a chance, and I'll talk to you again soon.